Confidential report. Restricted access. Secrecy level high. File CC07/Chupacabra. Subject: uncatalogued entity. Codename Chupacabra. Location: rural area of northeastern Brazil. Record date: redacted. Author: substitute field agent. Identity withheld. Initial report: I was instructed to write only what I saw, heard, and measured. No legends, no rumors. The problem is that after that early morning, separating fact from myth became impossible. I arrived at the property at 0417. The owner had reported the death of 3 goats in less than a week. All were found with no signs of struggle, no blood on the ground, and with 2 small, perfectly aligned puncture wounds on the neck. Local police had filed it as a wild animal attack. I was sent to confirm. The smell was the first sign that something was wrong. It wasn't the usual odor of decomposition. It was metallic, dry, like rust mixed with cold meat. On-site observations. The carcasses were intact, no organs removed, no irregular bite marks, only 2 circular holes with cauterized edges, as if something had sealed the flesh after piercing it. We collected tissue samples. Preliminary results: near total exsanguination, less than 5% of the expected blood volume. There were no human footprints, animal tracks, none either. The ground was hard, but faint impressions were detected under side lighting. Something supported itself on 3 points while moving. Night event. At 0203 the following morning, the generator failed. The thermal cameras shut down for exactly 37 seconds. It was during this interval that we heard the sound. It wasn't a scream. It was a low hiss, interspersed with sharp cracks, like joints being repositioned. When the power returned, one of the goats that had still been alive collapsed to the ground. There was no visible attack on the footage, no shadow, no movement detected. The goat was dead before it touched the ground. Visual contact, brief. It wasn't large, it wasn't small. It was roughly the size of a medium dog, but the body was far too elongated, as if it were constantly stretched beyond its natural limit. The skin reflected the flashlight beam unevenly, almost oily. The eyes, they didn't shine, they absorbed the light. When it realized it was being watched, it didn't run. It simply tilted its head, as if assessing the distance. Then it vanished. There was no sound of escape. Post-occurrence effects. All animals on the property refused water for 48 hours. Plants near the corral withered within 2 days, despite normal irrigation. One of the agents developed sudden anemia the following morning. No injuries were found. Tests ruled out any known infection. Preliminary conclusion. The phenomenon popularly known as the Chupacabra does not fit the patterns of a natural predator, nor any known hoax. The precision of the puncture wounds, the absence of blood in the environment, and the secondary effects on the ecosystem indicate a highly specialized parasitic interaction. Recommended actions. Immediate suspension of investigations open to the public. Classification of the case as an unidentified zoonotic event. Passive monitoring only. Containment not recommended. Final note. I don't know what that thing was, but I know one thing. It wasn't hungry. It was feeding on something that wasn't just blood. End of report.